It's always shout out to
It's
Easy
always
Tyler.
shout out to Easy Tyler, bro. The whole squad.
Please make sure your seatbelts are fastened, and remember to keep your hands and arms inside the vehicles at all times.
This is Houston. Say again, please. Houston, we have a problem.
Let's do it. Welcome to the Easy Side Update, episode 19. Today is May 23rd, 2022. I didn't know if it was May 23rd. I was like, I swear I looked at the date today at work. That's what we're going to go with, though. It's May 23rd. This is definitely episode 19.
Yeah.
And we're feeling good. Got a little Monday
Feeling good.
primetime afternoon recording, so just hit the
Fine.
vibe on the way to work. Thought I'd
Why
share it
not?
with everybody. Let's run it.
Run it.
Okay. Yeah.
10 toes down. 10 toes down. All I know is grind hard. Is that what he says? That's what I was like, yo, that's what it is.
That's what he said.
That's the vibe on this Monday. I was like, ooh, I love Mondays. Let's get it going.
10 toes down, just grind hard. I'm a player, I'm just playing my cards. I beat all the all.
We do the Easy Side Update, and I welcome him in again because that was like the precursor, like the little
Hell yeah.
intro.
Hell
So boom, ready to clap? Well, first let's get into it. So life's a game of chess. Whoa. Life's a game of chess. Make your best moves. Free gunna, free YSL, free thugga. Life's a game of chess. Make your best moves.
I shit on him. Need a restroom.
Is that your favorite part? That should have been the quote rather than the life's a game of chess. You're right.
I think
We
people would
dropped the
love
ball there.
that. I think people would love that. Come on, that's heat. Ah.
It was heat.
Yeah, dude. Let's bust it down into some crypto news, bro. Let's do what we did last week and go with that flow. So,
You didn't want to get them introduced in
Oh,
this first beginning
shit.
part with the point of the song.
woo! Wow, dude. Yeah. So the goal at this point in the market is to remember what the game here is, and it's to be better than you were yesterday. So, right now, looking in the mirror, that's your competitor. Find a competitor. They say a competitor and a opponent is key to playing the game in Art of War, right? And so I think playing a chess game with your own self is a real unique opportunity here. So, I compete with myself every day, and it's tough when you get your legs just cut absolutely from underneath you. But I've been here before. Nothing new, nothing different. It's this is where you learn, this is where you grow, this is where you become better. So don't worry about the noise and the garbage people spew out of their mouths because of their own blatant ignorance, and focus on the best version of yourself. Let's run that. Let's
Go.
That's the clapping part with the horns and all that shit. Let's go. All right, but yeah, dude. How'd you feel this week, bro?
I was feeling good. I had to get those Monday vibes in because I was just thinking about where we're at in the market. It's
Yeah.
like, to me, I mean, this is where I put my risk, and I'm like, I want to level up.
Yeah.
Like, I got a good job. This is my this is where my hustler's mentality is. I want more. I want to invest it. And what I see in crypto is, I think this is an emerging technology, and I think it's very crucial to a lot of it's the solution to a lot of problems.
Delicious.
And that's my belief. But I was like, this is where I want my risk to be.
Yeah.
And right now we have an opportunity, and we've seen how great it can be already.
With it.
So life's a game of chess. Make your best moves. I mean, we're out here just moving smart, trying to be strategic. We can't control the market. I think there's like a quote in the psychology of money is it talks about how, you can't go off like the weather, like you can't use like a weather forecast in investing. It's going to burn you every time.
Yep.
So, we're just staying ready. That's why I like how we do the crypto moves. We just know what's up, what's down, and the risk and
go.
reward. So
Run
we're
that.
just out here trying to move smart. Like right now you could look at the market and be like, it's moving sideways, probably more beneficial to traders, but traders, you can't be a successful trader if you don't know investing. Would you agree with that? I mean, I don't know much about
Nailed it.
trading.
Nailed that.
So
I mean, I agree.
you don't
with
want to, But we're out here, I mean, just learning, and that's all we can do.
Yeah.
Stay hungry and trust what you see. I mean, this is a long-term game, and if you're looking at it for a quick buck, you know now what happens. I mean, it's not a it's a long game.
Yeah.
And that's why we stay updated with all this crypto news and
Run
we just keep moving.
that. Let's go, Trizzy.
We're like, well, let's just look at the facts. And I think we talked about this like this week is, I've been looking at it like not worried about the current price right now.
Yeah.
I'm just sticking to what we know.
Yep.
DCA, stay safe. And I've already made my decision that I think that, this is a we can gain here. Like, we can gain a lot of value. It's worth the risk. So
there you go.
I'm here. And I hope that everybody else is just
those are the notes.
seeing the same thing.
If you were a piano, you'd be hitting the right notes. You know what I'm saying?
And if you're hurting and you're really in a situation, you got to understand why, and learn about your own budget and evaluate your situation because it's an investment. It's not a way of life.
There you go. Yeah, and things go up and down, dude. I
highly recommend Richest Man in Babylon. That book is nice.
And dude, it's short. It's a short, small hitter, dude.
Yeah.
It's very simple. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's like, oh, you don't like to read? Okay, well, here's I don't know how big it is and not on my iPhone, but I'm like, this is probably a 60-page book.
Yeah.
You can do it, and it's very simple. Other than you got to get a little Shakespearean with the wording, but it makes me feel smart as heck. I'm like, look at thy. We're just two fancy fellas just sitting here with thyselves, waiting it out, waiting to go to the moon.
Hell yeah, building the launch pad right now currently. But yeah, let's get into the dude. We had great news this week. I actually low key, they're coming in like hidden gems, not getting enough credit. This first one, China. Woo! Yo, dude, when I saw those two pictures, I think I hit like a Russia, and there was like Russian news, but that was like a week and a half ago, and they were talking about how they're gonna legalize like cryptocurrency, looking at the whole thing overall, and that was coming from the government, like Kremlin, like them, the people, or the Russian government, people, whatever. And so then moving up, let's hit the China thing. China is now the second biggest Bitcoin mining nation in the world, and they're the ones banning Bitcoin. Incredible. What happens when you try to take away people's, freedoms to do things?
And keep in mind that you would say that you can't shut down like Bitcoin.
Yeah.
But and actually in the article you said you can't. What'd you say? You can't control the internet, or regulate it. And it's like, well, China is like one of the only places where theoretically you can. Isn't that kind of a coincidence? It's like they're the censored place with like limited internet. You can't Google certain things, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And they're still out here like, yep, I'm going to mine my Bitcoin. And those people that if they get in trouble, they're getting in trouble.
They're getting in trouble. Oh, shit. Yeah, that's my cue. All right. So there seems to be two sides right now. The countries that try to ban Bitcoin unsuccessfully and the ones that are embracing it. The ones that are embracing it, El Salvador. Let's, continuously give these people a round of applause, at least their leader, going for it, giving it, 100%, giving it a chance, not looking back. I'm going to butcher this man's name. Nayib Bukele, I would guess. That sounds pretty close, maybe. During November last year, got firsthand experience on the benefits of Bitcoin. Giving opportunity to the country to flourish and opening hospitals and schools with the economic impact from buying that Bitcoin. I'm pretty sure that is something worth fighting for here. So I like it. I like this El Salvador thing. What do you think about it?
I mean, it's always good. I feel like they're stepping up. They're trying to, expand Bitcoin and bring other cultures into it. So they held their own Bitcoin conference pretty much. And let's see, it says on Sunday, the president, I'm not going to try because I'm not as cultured to read his name, but they announced that 32 central banks and 12 financial institutions from 44 countries met today.
Rolled up.
Yep. The discussion will relate to financial institution, digital economy, banking the unbanked, and El Salvador's El Salvador's Bitcoin rollout.
Yeah.
So, they're going to talk about what they learned, lessons learned, and, just push the culture and say what it's done for all these different countries. And we have, it says the list extended to a range of developing countries across Africa and Asia.
Yo, real quick, there you go, right there. Banking the unbanked, and then think about all the countries that you just listed off. Mass adoption. Why does mass adoption need to happen from the top down? So, but the crazy thing is you and I have been talking about the corporate stuff, right, recently going on, and big names buying big portions of the crypto community that's already been developed, right? And you're seeing the bigger players start to come out. You're seeing who's working under the hood. And during this time period, you have now El Salvador, right? I wouldn't say top 5 economic nations in the world, but they are jumping out there and they lead the way for these other countries that are banking the unbanked. I mean, boy, that's a bit, that's how much value is that in itself? Well, think about how many billions of people, I would go as far as saying billions of people that do not have access to a bank account. Think about how much value that is when they all get their hands on decentralized economic opportunity to support all those people. Think about India. Why do you think India is just blanketing taxing 30% on any crypto profits? Damn, dude, talk about a nightmare over there. You know what I mean? Like there's, a billion people there,
Yeah.
So, yeah, dude, I just wanted to say that real quick, on all that.
But yeah, as like you said, so when the unbanked too, I feel like people discredit it because it's like when you compare it to the scale of the U.S., they're like, oh, that's like a poor country and this and that. But like a lot of these governments in these small countries are possibly corrupt themselves.
Yeah.
So I mean, now you're giving them a stable. You take the economy out of the game of power, and they can develop something and hopefully live a better life.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's what I think's interesting. So El Salvador is leading the way for everybody, and like I said, they're just teaching them the lessons learned, and going over the rollout process and probably what could have done better. But hey, let's just stick with Algorand. I love the pump that Algorand got when they worked together.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. They're the first ones developing, and what works there will try to be applied to the next place and the next place and the next place. And so, think about who's over there helping. Jack Mallers, the reason Strike and all of that has the potential of being so successful is because of the partnerships it already has, how many companies and businesses that you can already use his product with using the Bitcoin network. And then you have El Salvador, Algorand. Like those are 2 names that like are high on my list, right? And then when we start talking about like cheaper fees, those are going to be the competitors on the next rounds, right? Because people are going to continue to develop and decentralize. I don't think this game is anywhere near over, and I think, oh boy, dude.
Yeah, we're just getting started. But yeah. I mean, El Salvador, there was also an issue. I don't know if you saw that, if you watched the full video, but it said there was like some sort of bond that it didn't like fail, but it didn't look like it was going to go through.
Yeah. So like it said that it had to give out 20% yield to attract any type of investor. And the reason that, I mean, I don't know exactly what dictates the value. It's supply and demand, obviously, but like the value of a bond compared to the United States, well, it's the least riskiest asset in the world, they say, right? Like it's backed by the United States. So El Salvador, to get investors to invest in the government and buy bonds that are loaned out by the government, right? You have to have something to incentivize that investor. And so 20% yield is all they is what she was saying, all they have.
Yeah, so, and she was basically saying they couldn't afford that right now at all.
Yeah.
But what was interesting was they still doubled down. They bought an additional $15 million worth of Bitcoin last week. He's out here, holding it down.
But I mean, I think there was as many buyers as there were like sellers for all that Bitcoin that got sold off during Luna. That tweet with Winklevoss that we'll talk about later. Think about that. I mean, people, dude, the market for buying Bitcoin, I feel like it's still high.
Yeah, 1,000%. Let's just get into that part. So the tweet was Cameron Winklevoss, shout out Gemini. the fact that Luna sold 80,000 Bitcoin, 3 billion notional into the market, and we are holding steady at 30K is encouraging.
Hell yeah.
The foundation of Bitcoin hodlers is strong.
Love that.
So, yeah, I mean, I agree with that. The damage, when you hear about that, I mean, a lot of people really, really just bought the dip
Yeah.
and held. They were like, okay. I mean, I thought that was definitely impressive. I got a question off the top.
Yeah.
So, they say everybody on Twitter is like, take your Bitcoin off of exchanges, So I'm like stuck because I'm like, Gemini, that's like I trust that exchange more so than, a lot of other places you could say. And then you're also getting a 1% reward for holding it there. So I feel like that's kind of hard to pass on. I mean, if you can create a passive income versus not, I think 1% is better than 0.
Yeah.
So I've been like split. Like, what do you make of that topic?
Yeah. So I'm split with my own portfolio. So like I have it on a decentralized exchange and then the other half on a centralized exchange, and that's Gemini and Exodus. And I trust those two beyond all other platforms. Now the fees on Gemini are more expensive, but it is a friendlier platform than other exchanges, and that means like KuCoin, Gate.io, and stuff like that, Binance. So if I want somebody that's older in my family that does want to diversify into cryptocurrency and is very interested, then that I'm going to lead them to Gemini first. That's the
1,000%
bet. So
especially, yep.
So if I want to buy crypto cheaper and not spend as much value getting the crypto, then you can buy it on different exchanges. Binance was one of the cheapest. Coinbase is cheap at some points. And this is where people don't understand, is like the value of swapping tokens and decentralized exchanges and not having it tracked by an institution or a government when you swap value for something. And that's important in my eyes because, yeah, sometimes I don't want the government knowing all of my value. You know what I mean? Why do they need to know everything I have? I believe that. And it's like, it's a weird time and place. Oh, well, what do you have to hide? It's not that I have anything to hide. It's like, it's none of their fucking business. How about that? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and my theory is like, hey, this is my risk and my reward, but thanks for trying to take like 30% of a gain.
Exactly.
Crypto.
Exactly.
Appreciate
Right.
that.
Yeah.
What happens if I lose it though? So
yeah.
You
don't want
here's,
shit at
here's
0.
30%. Thank you.
But,
Here's my 100x. Here, take 30% of this for doing absolutely nothing, and then who knows where it goes. But that's a different debate. That's a different podcast.
Since we're laughing, we see the energy is low right now, and people seem to be laughing at us. But I have a feeling we'll be laughing all the way to the bank soon. Why do I say that? Let's take a look at the Swiss. The Swiss Bank rolled through.
That's a transition right
Love
there.
that.
That's award-winning.
Let's
That's award-winning.
Give me the Oscar. But Swiss Bank, Julius Baer to offer Bitcoin crypto services. Give me that. What do you think about that?
Yes, sir. So that's always great. More Bitcoin. Shout out to Switzerland. So they're a private bank, and like you said, they announced creating a proprietary digital wealth management system focused on Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, exclusively tailored to high net worth clients.
Woo.
So whenever I think that, you know that like common little man belief that you're like, okay, the rich people always just stay rich.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, they are only offering it to the high end, but hey, dude, do what the rich do. You'll be rich.
Yeah, exactly. They're buying Bitcoin. What are you up to?
1,000%. And I mean, so this bank is Julius Baer. I don't have this great Switzerland accent, even though I have red hair. Are Switzerland redheaded?
I did give you a look. I wish that was recorded, like visually,
No.
so everybody could have seen that look up. Because
I know one guy from Switzerland. He has strawberry blonde hair, so I'm gonna just go on an assumption and be like, yeah, there's probably some of them, but that's besides the point because we cut that. So
the thing I want to highlight here is Bitcoin and other crypto services. If Bitcoin works, then I can promise you other cryptos do as well. So
1,000%. And I thought the CEO's quote. He presented, all this plan to their investors, and he was saying it could be whoa. Sorry, pop-ups popping on the screen. So I like the quote from the CEO, Philip Rickenbacker. I don't know. He sounds rich. I'm going to listen to him. I'm like, well, man, with that last name, and he's
Gotta be
a
rich.
CEO? All right, yeah. What does he do? I mean, Swiss banks, they probably do no wrong. But so the CEO presented it to their investors. He said, referring to crypto, it could be, dude, I can't read Switzerland English. It's just choppy. Okay. So he said it could well be that at this very instant we are witnessing a bubble burst moment of the crypto industry. And we all know what happened after .com bubble burst 30 years ago. So that's how big he is. He's comparing it to that era. And
Yeah, but I mean, think about the companies that got created off of that, because of the internet. So the .com bubble. So I there's no way you discount the internet, anything developed on the internet, anything with technology and software. I love software, dude. You make people's lives easier, and you can create massive wealth from that. And so I'm all about crypto, man. Other crypto services, check this out. Us free people have to continue marching forward and continue to teach people around the world the financial revolution. So these global leaders continue to try and convince the world that crypto is all bad, but when you get down to the nitty gritty, it really is something that it's like it brings us together on a network that like we control. And I would think as people that want to be free, that would be something that you would want. So, why laugh at this? Laugh at us all you want, dude, but I'd rather, stand for something than live for nothing. So
1,000%. We all want to be free.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about it today, how weird it is. Because, like, in America, like, if you think about it, we're all foreigners.
Yeah, exactly.
So somebody along our DNA who came to this country wanted to be free. And it's like that should mean something,
yeah,
right?
It's in your DNA. You should be proud of that. You shouldn't be ashamed of it. All of us. Like and that's the thing is we haven't made like the best decisions as a country, but we've definitely like tried to come together on topics that are, hot button issues. And it's like, if we can't find some center ground based on communities and culture and like see eye to eye, this world will pick us apart, no matter how big we are.
1,000%.
So.
Right, and you can't focus on rewriting history. You learn from it,
Hell
but
yeah.
people keep trying to rewrite it.
Seriously.
I mean, look at it. We're talking digital currency, like a digital system, and
we're
beautiful.
laughing at it. Like, it's so beautiful. Exactly. But speaking of financial revolution, the conversation right now for these older projects is transition to proof of stake. We were talking about earlier in Discord, proof of work. Where is the value in that? Well, the proof of staking value is making transactions for the blockchain more efficient and more incentivized for people to utilize that blockchain. So, here's a great article about Zcash that we found, and then Electric Coin Company came out and talked about their research of proof of staking and developing on it. And remember, Vitalik loves Zcash, brother. Like, loves their tech, all that they've done, And
Right.
so we see the same thing about EOS too, bro. I think Vitalik has come out and said the same shit about EOS. And it's because if you study the history, now we can bring that all the way back around now. It's about time in the game. And so, here's Zcash that with the experience the project already has in the crypto game, it can make these older projects that much more valuable. Proof of staking is what we were talking about. Example would be Zcash, and they use proof of working. And so what did Jake say earlier about Zcash and mining?
Oh, I mean,
We don't want to hit that.
One sec. No. Let's get to it. I'm pulling it
I
up.
think it'd be good.
All right, where do we want to start this?
Can you read it? Read it for me.
Right. So we were talking about this article. Well, if I can get that cut out, I'm definitely going to. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Right. So we reference. Okay.
My bad.
Guys out there in the crowd laughing while I'm entertaining.
My bad, dude.
Okay. Right. So we're talking about this. Hold on. I just want to make sure for you that the audio is perfect.
All right.
Make it an easy snip.
All right.
Like, what's it called when you get your wiener slipped? Like in your
Circumcised.
doctor? Yeah. No, we're about to circumcise this podcast. We're going to trim the fat. Right. So we're totally going to just act like we're going to have all those errors in there, and then they're going to see us just act like we didn't make the mistake.
Yeah,
Right.
just go all normal.
Yeah. This is going to be Academy Award winning. Ready?
Yeah.
Right. So we were talking with Jake about this article, and Zcash is looking to reduce the selling pressure of the proof of work miners. Try to get away with it. Okay, wait, one more time. One more time. I actually have it. We're done wasting time. This is it. This is it.
All right.
This is method acting.
All right. Troy, get it together.
Okay. The clap. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Right. So we were referencing this article on the Discord. I was asking Jake about why Zcash would have this problem with selling pressure from the proof of work miners. I asked, any idea what's causing this? Because, I didn't really get it. I was like, I don't know much about mining. This is my mining guy.
Yeah.
This is my Fort Miner. This is my drummer kid.
Okay. Got it.
Right. So, this was his response. He says, sustainability is dependent on miners mining. But problem with Zcash is that they don't make their algo profitable via GPUs.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, so that's what you use to mine.
I always just read it Jeepus. It's kind of cool.
Jeepus.
Whenever we're talking about this, I get Jeepus Creepus. That's how new to the tech I am. But he says it's just not profitable when you mine Zcash with Jeepus Creepus with GPUs. So I can see their argument on sustainability by switching to proof of stake.
Yeah.
But I'll die on the hill for proof of work tokens. I thought POW was prisoner of war. So when we were using it as a hashtag, I was like mixed. I was like, why are we getting some of this stuff? I was like, what does POW mean besides pow? Stepbrother reference. I was like, oh shoot.
Pow!
I'm trying to save the world, and it turns out I'm just talking about, despicable war.
Well, talk about saving the world. Flow might be saving Metaverse's ass. And as in Metaverse, I mean the company Meta that's trying to create an entire Metaverse of all sorts of different value. I think Flow might be coming in saving the day here. But definitely giving some more validity to Flow. We got Instagram, which is owned by Meta, Facebook, is deciding to support Flow NFTs. Now, I want to break something down real quick, okay, before I get your opinion about this, okay? Facebook, the company, Facebook, which is now Meta, the company that did their best to stifle and slow down the growth of cryptocurrency in 2018 and then decided to offer their own coin later that year called Libra Coin on Facebook, got tons of backlash, okay? Instagram, the company owned by Facebook, Meta, will be supporting Flow NFTs, all right? Meta, Facebook, is still a powerhouse in the corporate world structure, okay, especially with the amount of data they still have on people, right? And they went as far to change their corporate name, ticker, to Meta to be recognized as the ones diving into the metaverse. Go ahead and tell me Bitcoin or bust again, you silly Maxi. Shout out to Max Kaiser, our favorite Bitcoin Maxi. Let's go Flow. What do you think of that?
So we're seeing Flow NFTs. That's always been kind of our favorite thing, is like the partnerships. It's like the partnerships where you can't lose, like the most official partnerships out here, at least in as far as my understanding in the NFT marketplace. But, you get Flow NFTs in front of potentially billions of users. I'd say that's a dub for your project.
Huge.
That's for sure.
Huge.
And so Flow is actually one of the 4 blockchains to be integrated into Instagram for NFTs to be displayed. So, like we said, 1 billion people. That's not bad. And then on top of that, we have more news. So they got a fund for $725 million to build on their ecosystem.
Wow.
And then they also, so Billboard Music Awards, their NFTs featuring Pepsi, another big partnership after partnership for them of like the most official brands. And then you have the Dapper Wallet will support Flow this summer. So, I mean, all that in 1 week, you're like, wow, it's tough to rely on fundamentals, but sometimes when you take away the price of it and you just look at it as an investment, you're like, wow, this is great.
This is the one.
This is bullish.
Dude, I'm under $3, Troy. That's wild. And you're earning 4% on this guy. And you're talking about the biggest names developing NFTs. NFTs, dude, when it clicks with people's heads, what NFTs truly are, and then DAOs come into play, bro, these DAOs are where it is at. I'm obsessed with it. And look, I understand that's going to be a hot topic word. It's going to be a very hot topic word, just like these other to earn movements that are coming out, right? Like you got sleeping. I heard another one the other day. What was it?
The FAP one. You can FAP and make money. That's a real thing.
FAP?
But either way, what I think you were saying, yeah. Either way, what I think you were saying is like a DAO. So it's actually funny because I was watching a video on $1 million worth of game, shout out to Wallow and Gilly.
Let's go.
But Wallow was like, it's out here, right out, like it's like Revenge of the Nerds out here because he was talking about technology and like how when he spent all that time in prison, he was like insane. He thought it was like spy stuff that the phone could do. It was like finishing your sentences for you.
Yeah.
But he said like Revenge of the Nerds. So I was like, a DAO is basically like a fraternity.
Yeah.
So, like it's like the Revenge of the Nerds now on, cool kids culture.
I'm in the Yumi Labs one, and I really like the feedback. What I've noticed about these DAOs and these NFT projects, and this is what I love the most about the NFT communities, is they understand to get things in the NFT communities, you have to be great energy. Like that's number one above all else. Great energy. Make your name appear a few times and just pop in the chat and say, hey guys, good morning, good luck, go kick some ass and motivate the people in the group and get your name seen a few times. And I appreciate that because it's like recognition for being organic to the creation of decentralization, right? Like we're creating groups, like you just said, a fraternity of people that will have inside connections, not insider trading, insider connections of good, hungry, healthy projects. And, that would be important for us, to be
1,000%. And like you said, if you come in hungry and you're respectful and you learn, like it's amazing how some of these people, like they just give you so much knowledge.
Yeah.
And you're just in there and they're more than willing.
Yeah.
And they're like successful. We're talking people moving like 90 Solana, 100 Solana, like at a time. It's like once they saw success, it's like, you know what it is. That feeling, that crypto buzz that you feel where you want to be a part of a community.
And NFTs are very special, dude. NFTs are very special. And you and I are slowly working our way into understanding this stuff. And it's a really big blessing to see like that the roots of what cryptocurrency began as, you see it level up into different organic parts of the crypto market. And I really appreciate the Solana NFT community a lot. I think it's more my style. It's more of my hunger. It's more of my, I guess you could say, personality type, right? Because I love creating relationships, man. Like I love getting to know authentic people that aren't out here just for greed. They're out here for just their freedom, their right to just live their own life that they want to enjoy. So I see a lot of that in our NFT groups. But
yep, and whenever we're talking about NFTs, shout out Toronto, man. Shout out Bit Cruising. We love you. I love you.
Hey,
I love
by
you,
the way,
Cruising.
we're
Bit Cruising's in Cuba right now, just chilling. But
okay,
either way,
wait. I wanted to give a shout out.
Transition.
I wanted to give a shout out to somebody. Too Easy Tyler. We didn't get a shout out to our guy last week.
This is true.
We did not give it to him because it was in a weird spot, and we let it go. Unfortunately, it didn't make it.
We did. We actually did have it, and then deleted what was there. We had to really restart the recording.
Yes.
But we love you. It's always shout out to Easy
Tyler. It's
Tyler.
always shout out to Easy Tyler, bro. The whole squad.
Yo.
So But
Jimmy Neutron Brain Blast. Put it in the audio. We got to put shout out to Easy Tyler inside of the intro song.
yeah, it's ooh. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
There we go.
We can do it.
There we go. That's how we go. And now we're rolling because we're talking NFTs. There was a lot of NFT news, I feel like, this week. I mean, what else are we going to do when crypto's sitting sideways like Paul Wall? Shout out to Houston, H-Town, stay down. You know
That's
what we're doing.
right.
It's we're chopped and screwed just chilling here for a bit, you know, moving a little horizontal.
All right, hit it.
Tipping on fofos. That was an epic time. But shout out to ALGO. So Universal Music Group is releasing NFTs on LimeWire, which, you know, is ALGO's marketplace. So I was like, wow, this is arguably one of the most bullish things in NFT history. So now we're combining Taylor Swift and her Swifties with the NFTs. I don't think we can lose. And it's all on ALGO's blockchain. I'm happy as an investor. So now it's like, you know, just ALGO's always thinking outside the box. There's no way to fail when you have the Swifties online presence. If you say anything bad about NFTs, first off, there's going to be millions of girls with Taylor Swift NFTs. They just can't help themselves. And yeah, they're going to defend ALGO with the same honor. That's what I'm talking about. Now we're smart. We're smart. We got the girls involved.
That's right.
Shout out to all the Swifties. I think there's one thing to note about ALGO is they just never play follow the leader.
Yeah.
I love what they're doing with LimeWire. It's like, you know, you can create. I mean, so it's not like a frustration, but I'm like, you know, some blockchains need to just focus on something else, on expanding. Like ALGO's always been doing their own thing. You know, they actually transitioned from proof of stake while everybody else was going to proof of stake, you know? So it feels like I don't want to say one step ahead, but they're out here trying new things, but sticking to like their NFT marketplace. I love that they got a name like LimeWire and, you know, brought them back. And yeah, I mean, you credited LimeWire for making you a man. I'm pretty sure all you were doing was illegally pirating music and movies and not watching porn. But you said it was a childhood memory.
All right, you.
But you know what I'm saying. ALGO's just outside of the box. Like I love the LimeWire move for them.
It was
and
beautiful.
we already got. I mean, Universal Music Group, pretty big.
Yeah, pretty big record company. But you know, we'll see how all that pans out. You know, it's LimeWire was one of the first decentralized peer-to-peer organizations ever developed in the world, and you know, let's see what they do. They are, I don't know if you've watched that video yet, but I told you, Manifesto, what was it? Remix the Manifesto, and it pretty much talks about the public domain and how when we got rid of the public domain, we slowed down creativity in this country. And I couldn't agree with that statement anymore. So LimeWire was one of the pioneers of bringing back a public domain in a way, and then you know we've developed the world that we're in now with technology, and if you are scared of technology, it is what it is, but I think we live in a really advanced, fast moving world, and I'm excited to see how it goes from there, and you can accredit that to some of the decentralized moves that we've seen over the past, you know, couple of decades, and that had to do with music. And so with all that being said, I want to come to a grand point. I can't wait for the day for the music industry to gain back its value. Now, I'm not talking about dollars and cents. And that's where the NFT world blows people's minds, is because wealth can go straight to the artist and not 15 people before it ever makes it to the artist's, you know, mailbox. So NFTs, UMG, good for y'all. Algorand, Max Kaiser, please do your homework, brother. We ain't mad at you. We're just a little disappointed. Now,
will you challenge him to Rough and Rowdy?
Yeah.
I want you and Max Kaiser on Rough and Rowdy. Box it out.
Yeah, dude, the man wouldn't like me, man. I don't think.
I mean, I feel like anybody that I would call out publicly on the internet, I'm like, all right, so here's what we're doing, because I have some pen stock. We're going to settle it in a ring in front of a bunch of wild West Virginians, and I'm going to beat the heck out of you on Rough and Rowdy 20, Rough and Rowdy 30, whatever one.
I'll let you handle it. Yo, I ain't handling it, bro. Like this man, you know, embarrassed us in 2021. Was it 2021? Yeah, it was 2021.
Yeah.
So, you know, he went out there acting a little silly with the Bitcoin conference, and I just, you know, it's it's important for us to keep developing and innovating this entire market, not just Bitcoin alone. You know, we're decentralizing the world, not just one piece of it. So, speaking of that, decentralization of the world, how about decentralized social media? AAVE Lend. It brought me back to a day of when Too Easy Dilly, shout out to my guy, showed me this thing called Voice that was being offered by Block.one. And that was the parent of EOS at a time. And, you know, the story, go back on it, it's terrible, it's horrible, but EOS does have a future still because decentralization came into the community. So, you know, study it. It's really cool. We got a little thread on it on Discord. Check it out. But EOS had this thing called Voice, and it was a decentralized social media, and I haven't seen anything really pop up since. And so I'm really excited to see, you know, the brand that is trying to decentralize lending and borrowing rates, you know, in my opinion, right? Like Compound, I get excited knowing that they're diversifying into different things and different ideas. So,
Yep.
good for them.
And this is a big task. And I mean, I don't know for sure about EOS and Voice, but I know that one of the issues with creating a decentralized social media is the scalability. But I mean, I feel like this does answer one of our questions we had a few weeks back. We asked how Polygon, you know, Matic, how were they going to, you know, fare after Ethereum 2.0?
Yeah.
And or I don't know if Ethereum 2.0, but
Just
after
call
they
Ethereum.
go to proof of, after after they change to proof of stake. So we asked what is Polygon going to do?
Yeah.
And I mean, they got a big win here. I mean, they got a big task with AAVE.
Yeah.
They're going to try to fix some of that scalability issue. And we'll see how that goes. And then this article also opened my eyes to ENS, which I know nothing about besides it is Ethereum naming service. But I thought this was a good chance. You told me it was like, that's what our boy FudFit, you know, does.
Yeah.
You know, he promotes it because I was like, I don't get excuse me, whoa, I don't get it at all. But I was like, why is it .eth? Why is it .nfts? Like all this. So this just opened the door. I'm down to learn.
I haven't dove all the way into it, but there's this other one called Unstoppable Domain that does the same thing, developing names on the web that are on the blockchain that can't ever be hacked. And when the world understands that and they see the intense overreach by government powers in the world, they will be flocking to ideas like this. So ENS, Unstoppable Domains, I know there's probably other things that have been created since I've looked into it because our community develops very fast. So all ENS, what it does, it allows you to have a name that's easy for somebody to type in and send you money instead of having to type in an actual wallet address.
And then that's what it says. It says it provides human readable handles in place of long and confusing crypto addresses.
Right.
Because even I think everybody's been through it. You know, you're on your phone sending something from somewhere and you're like, well, I hope I pasted everything.
Hope for the best.
Actually, you know what's funny? I noticed that your tweet today, not the very first tweet, but like the first tweet of like the intro of the paragraph, you forgot the T and the, and I was like, man, you do that with crypto? So long, sucker. I hope you didn't send the whole bag.
Yeah, dude. I hope that wasn't the whole portfolio.
Right. But we'll have to, I mean, shout out to FudFit. Might have to reach out. Fudverse, Happenings, you know, he keeps it moving with the names, but that's because the ENS. I need to know. We're open. You know, maybe. Do we have him come hang out with us, come say what up, teach me about a little ENS?
Yeah, dude.
Either way, it's shout out Fudverse, it's shout out happenings.nft. I don't know which one it is right now, but you follow that man. He's got good content.
Good content. Real quick, let's end on this last thing here. I want to say something.
Wait, we got crypto moves, and we'll zoom by that.
I know, but I want to end on this thing for crypto news. Luna, I don't really want to dive too much into it because I think a lot of us are just kind of a little tired from it, and I want to say good luck to Duquan, good luck to his team. You don't want to wish ill will upon anybody, regardless of what's going on their side. That does not mean we stop kicking, keep going, or keep moving up. You just, you know, keep visualizing, keep maintaining, keep the vision, and watch what happens. But there is a thread of Duquan's idea and possibly the future and what else is to come. So go on his account also and check some stuff out, see what you think about it. But I think I'm pretty much about done with it. I've moved on as of right now. So.
And if you want to get rid of Terra, I mean, shout out to Terra ATS. Am I right? Let's go. Free marketing. So here's the thing. I was looking at the Julius Baer article, and I was looking at the Zcash article, and I was like, these titles are written so horribly. I literally am trying to like see and read what you're doing because you're putting words on a high definition picture. And I was like, can we get a little better here with, your web design? And I was like, Terra ATS, they survived longer than Terra Luna did. Isn't that amazing?
Hell yeah, we did.
You were like, where's this guy going? I was like, I'm tying it all around, baby. Shout out to Terra ATS.
Shout out, dude. Hell yeah.
If you don't want articles, if you don't want to have, your web development to look like those two articles, because they were great articles, great writing. Love you guys. Appreciate the news. But that title, I just have to say, I couldn't read it. That's all. Terra ATS.
Give us a call.
Call him. Give us a call. You can reach out to Bubba Crypto. This is a free promo. That's how much I love their web design.
Oh, goodness. All right. So, let's get into the crypto moves. I got the top 10 pulled up on my guy so I can follow along with you.
All right.
Go ahead and start.
So we're starting it off the same as always. I mean, when the market is down this bad, Bitcoin and Ethereum. Can't say it enough. These are the number 1 and 2. You should have, if you love cryptocurrency, if you're a crypto bro, if you're like a pleb like me, you got to have Bitcoin and Ethereum. So we started off Bitcoin under 32K, Ethereum under 2,200. What do you think? You want to say anything about them besides we love these two and they are like mandatory, not financial advice for your portfolio?
Ethereum, decentralized applications, we get this upgrade. And just real quick clarification, the upgrade does not mean Ethereum 2.0. What I've read and what they said was, and I'm just saying this for because it's important for all of us to understand this. Ethereum 2.0 was an idea they had to be able to offer staking or a passive income form of investment into Ethereum, right? And so I can't remember if it was through wrapping or if they did some type of proof of staking protocol along with their proof of work. I haven't dove that far into it, but what I do understand is that they want to go to a completely decentralized, a completely proof of staking protocol so that their transactions can be cheaper to help all the transaction fees. And if they can do that, the way they would be able to is to make each transaction on the blockchain cheaper. That's why Algorand is so valuable. Solana, Zcash potentially getting into that ring. And now Ethereum, if that happens, what it's going to do for the entire market, in my opinion, okay, and this is not advice to anybody, it will help how many different projects? Think about all the swapping projects specifically. And that's remember what I just spoke about earlier, and you said, why keep it on a decentralized or another exchange or a swapping protocol or a cold wallet or whatever. It at the end of the day, it's whatever you trust, whatever you've done your research on. I like Exodus. I love swapping on Exodus, but that's the thing. As we learn about Sushi Swap or we see things come back from Sushi Swap and Uniswap, and people can swap for cheaper fees through Ethereum and get different projects and protocols, it will help. So that's all I wanted to say. I think it would help a lot.
I'm happy you clarified Ethereum 2.0 because when I said it and I freaking tried to erase it, I was like, dang it, because it's so far from Ethereum 2.0 that I was like, hate that I said that. Just part of it. And when you're doing it recording, you're like, man, it's like writing in permanent marker. It reminded me of a time when I was like at the school library for like a little league meeting that was after hours of school, and me and my friends drew naked girls because we were in like third grade. We didn't know what else to draw on the board and nobody could see. So found out, drew a couple of hot stick figures with some boobs and found out it was in permanent marker. That's what it feels like to make a mistake in front of you. That's how I feel. I'm just as in that same shock when I mess up because this is permanent marker stuff we're talking.
Well,
so not Ethereum 2.0, just call it Ethereum.
That's right. That's right.
Also, can I ask this question that I asked this week because I had trouble for like a pleb like me, sometimes the tech talk it's a little tough. So my friend had asked, if Bitcoin and Ethereum, if all these are just cryptocurrencies, like what makes, like essentially you're just creating a bunch of currencies on the internet is what he discussed. And then, I was trying to separate. So how can you easily, clarify like what the difference between Bitcoin and Ethereum are as like, I guess, a currency, or just in general, what
That's what they do.
separates those two?
It's their utility. So the reason that Gary Gensler, however you say his name, last week, what he said was kind of like off-putting to me, was because the man, I feel like, just didn't put enough research into it, and he's making a blanket statement, and what I liked was it didn't bring the market down at all, but he was saying that most cryptocurrencies except for Bitcoin are going to be securities, and I got bothered by that personally, because there's a video in the thread of wherever I saw it from, and the guy's showing all the responses to somebody from Vitalik to someone that asked him some questions about Ethereum, and he's like, this is the utilities of it. And when you tell people the utilities, you're not, it is literally like taxing a transaction of me giving you $10 and the government coming in, no, I need partial of that. It's like, it's got utility behind it. It's not a security. It's not something you hold and somebody creates value on top of that for you. It's like you're buying something to utilize within an ecosystem to gain other value, right? So it's a digital asset. And so, it's all about the technology. It's what they do, I mean, and it's like, oh, well, that's, all that's stupid. Why would we use any of that? Well, let me tell you something. Take the ignorance out of the United States and remember that there's an entire world being developed around us. Sometimes we're just slow to the party. And Asia, for example, the amount of technology they consume and, the amount of content they consume a day, it would just probably baffle your mind. And the world is very fast, at a very, very fast, rapid rate, changing and developing into the digital world. So,
right. And when I was explaining Bitcoin, I was like, it's geared towards like the financial industry specifically.
That's right.
And Ethereum is like a much bigger scale.
Bigger
right?
scale, yeah. And that's where people talk about the flippening, and it's like when something will outgrow the value of Bitcoin. And the thing is with things being able to be developed on the Bitcoin network, like that project by Jack Mallers, it goes to show that Bitcoin is a network system that I think is obviously going to be around for the test of time. And because break it down, look at what we've created. It's the best form of currency, decentralized, that we've created up to that point. And it was like a plan B lesson to teaching us about what happened in 2008 to 11, that economic crash. And we don't want to see that again. So cryptocurrency was developed. And, the myth, the story, it's so stupid, that one mysterious guy, the Satoshi guy, like, all right, whatever, dude. Like, the projects that are successful in the cryptocurrency community are the ones that are made out of good faith. Right? Like, it's not coming around like expecting something. It's just developed for the goodwill of humanity. And that's why I'm so excited about the NFT community. Think about what it's going to do for the art world when it hits the right tune with people and people really understand it. And we go to a digital asset world, and you're able to use cryptocurrencies as currencies to buy and sell things, and you can invest into new ideas and people's ideas and their futures, and use them as like a actual, a fund, a trust fund, or a stock market or whatever. And you don't have the government watching over you. Like, that's NFTs, dude. That's the brilliance behind them. So, but yes. All right. Go into the next parts of this. My bad, dude.
All right. So next we got Solana under $70.
I think it got hurt. It's got hurt like everything else.
Definitely.
So, but it was hurting before the whole Luna thing. And I think we can thank a lot of that to congestion.
Right. And I mean, it just goes to show, what comes up comes down.
Yeah.
Solana had that pump. So if you missed it in 2021, I like the opportunity that you have. I mean, it went to 260 was the all-time high. Obviously, we're like 80% away from that, but I mean, we're chilling at 50 and not 30 right now, and there's still a lot going on.
Yeah.
I mean, I just like this opportunity. So, a lot of new people came in after 2021, knew about Solana, and, now you're getting an opportunity to get it at before it really, really pumps.
They're
So
cheap.
we'll see. We'll see if they can make it back once we, reverse course here. So next we got Matic under 75 cents. We already talked about this. We added a utility, got a big task with AAVE, which also made the list. I mean, I like Matic. I got in over like $2, but I still like the project that much to where I was buying dollar cost averaging in and was like, this is worth it. Like build a little bag here, each pullback. And now we're sitting at 75 cents. It's been a minute for me personally. And, we had a lot of questions. So I kind of just let what was there sit. And, now we're seeing a little opportunity. I'm like, for 75 cents, if I bought it too, it's way easier to work my way down at these ranges. So
Yeah.
if I'm going to hold out and have it go with the test of time, then might as well buy here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I like Matic, and especially the point you made today, talking about, a couple weeks ago, a few weeks ago, months ago, whatever. We were talking about the future of Matic after Ethereum upgrades. What's going to happen? Well, we got some good news that they're more than just helping one particular blockchain, even though Ethereum's that big. So good on them. Exciting stuff, dude.
1,000%. And just like you were talking about with Ethereum and their transition, and it's going to affect a lot of other projects. I mean, Link under $12.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, Link at $12, and, shout out to the Link Marines. When you zoom out on that chart, you're like, okay, this has fought battle after battle like a freaking Marine.
Yeah.
A little volatile, can get a little wacky, but that's what, a little warfare does to you.
That's right.
And, we fixed Ethereum. That makes Chainlink run even better, and Chainlink has their own upgrades, or not necessarily upgrades, but they're always developing. All these blockchains, or all the crypto, they're always developing in real time. So we'll see. I love it at 12, and like I said, I mean, I just can't stay away from that like zoom out chart.
Yeah, I like Chainlink in the long run, man. They do something that the rest of the community doesn't. It's all software, and whoever's the best at the software is going to win. It doesn't matter what people think, it's really what's happening under the hood. So I like Chainlink. Love it, dude.
1,000%. And we got Atom under $15. I can say it this week with a little more confidence than I could. What was it, a week or two ago, when I was like, this has been my favorite buy for probably like, it was about a month where I was just like adding because I loved it that much. I mean, before we really, really confirmed the downtrend, I was like, this thing, we're like under 100. Nothing's changed. Just now I can pick it up for under $15.
Yeah.
And I was looking, bro, and I was like, whew, shout out to the Coinbase card. Say what you want. Some good things happen. I don't have any smoke with them, but I got my Coinbase card, 2% on Atom. And, bro, I am using that card, and I'm like, bro, 2%? I'm surprisingly getting a fair amount of Atom off 2% of each card swipe.
Oh, yeah.
And then guess what it's doing? It's staking on Coinbase for 5% in the meantime until I feel like moving it over and staking it for 16% on Exodus. I mean, what's there to not love? Versus, I guess $0 back on your normal debit card swipe.
Yeah. Trash.
So, yeah, if you can't tell, I'm big time back on Atom. And, like I saw that tweet, and it was just saying how all that, damage to their ecosystem, and they still held a pretty fair value considering the time we're at right now.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that can lead into the next one, because I mean, both of these two, it's crazy to see Algorand back down underneath 60 cents, 80 cents, and back to the days when I introduced it to you. So there's just goes to show right now, you got lots of opportunity out there. You're staking Cosmos for 13% to 15%. And you got Algorand out here from like anywhere between 9 to 11%, 10%.
Right.
So it's good news, man.
And with Algorand, in my opinion, they have some of the strongest fundamentals. I mean, you look around, they're doing a lot of things right and have a lot of big names tied, and a lot of money flowing in there. So I love it at 60 cents. Shout out to ALGO. And yes, that was the very first altcoin I bought. And like I said last week, I was like, this was like 90% of my portfolio that I had to probably go to therapy just to stop buying Algorand.
Yeah.
It was like Algorand under $1 is a dub, and then we saw where it went, and I'm like, this is not even close to the ceiling, and we have grown so much.
Yeah, we were the
But-
Algo boys.
Yeah, that's how it started. Wait, no. What were the songs we were singing? We got recording of it. F it. Who
Yeah.
cares?
We'll find it one day.
But next we got my favorite moon bag. I don't know if it's disrespectful to call it a moon bag. If anything, I'm saluting it because I'm freaking sitting here on this rocket ship. So we've been saying VeChain for a while. We
Yeah.
love the tech. We love all their partnerships.
Yeah.
I like it fundamentally, and we'll see how it goes. But VeChain under 0.043.
I mean, I can understand why people want to knock it down, okay? Because, I mean, it's taking a beating. But I can also understand why people want to look at you and be like, dude, this is a hell of an opportunity. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty caught in the middle. You know, I'm still holding my bag. It's definitely still one of my biggest bags. I mean, I've been a long-time holder of VeChain. I think VeChain to the frickin' moon. I don't think anybody is holding a gun to anyone's head and telling them what to do right now.
I think what you should do is evaluate an altcoin like it's an altcoin and take it for what it's worth. Don't overvalue it, because like me, I get so overzealous, and I'm like sometimes looking at my portions and I'm like, ooh, Algorand and VeChain. My portfolio was looking pretty imbalanced. So glad I
Yeah.
got to fix that as I grew before we really had some fun.
Yeah.
Pause. Wow. No, Joe Biden was like, what? You'll get that when you play it back. We're definitely going to cut it, but it's great. It was great in so many ways.
All right.
Okay, but you know what else is great in so many ways? Tezos under 225.
There you go. Tezos under $10. I'll go there. I don't know. I mean, I know that's a little loony, but I've seen it go places. So, and I think it's got a great community behind it. A lot of excitement, I guess is the word I'm looking for. They got an NFT community developing. I think there's going to be a lot of opportunity with Tezos in the future. So don't discount this guy. This guy ain't over. I mean, I'm looking at some of these, man.
1000%.
Real quick, I'm looking at some of these, and I'm just like, I'm sad. I'm looking at the graphs. I'm like, damn, man. Like, I've seen you there. I've seen you there. I've seen you there.
Yeah.
And then like here, I think to myself, like, AAVE. I remember when it was at under $1. Okay, and I bought $50 worth of it, and that was for whatever. I bought $50 of it, and I sold that to get all my funds off of Binance, because I was afraid of what the U.S. government was going to do if they were going to shut it down or whatever. And so I was like, I'm going to get everything I can off of there. And so I sold off my AAVE before it was listed on Coinbase, moved everything over to Coinbase, and I watched it get listed on Coinbase for over, first saw it like, $100 or something, whatever. And then it went up to like, all-time high of, where's it at? Oh, damn. It's not on here.
Oh, AAVE?
Yeah.
Let me see. What you talking about?
Yeah, it's not on there.
Wait. AAVE. Oh, nope. The all-time high is 55.22.
No.
Wait. Oh, shoot. That's why it's not there.
Yeah.
That's my bad. That's my
okay.
bad. Yeah. User error. You know what's sad about technology? It's only as good as its creator.
Hey,
So remember that when you're thinking about buying altcoins.
Shout out to Trizzy, okay? Doing these fucking graphs every fucking week, dude, because they look great. You give great information. If we make a mistake here or there, dude, people can literally just listen to the next episode for a better episode. I don't know what to tell you, dude. But AAVE went up, over $500. Went up, and people are going to miss out on opportunity here because of the fear of the unknown. I read something in one of these books recently, and, real quick, I just want to share this. He talks about a man that got, arrested in World War II or some shit like that, right? And this guy had to make a decision, either sudden death the next day at the gallows, which he could see the rope hanging in the window, or he could go out this door and they wouldn't tell him what was behind that door. And so the guy decided to go to the gallows. He'd rather take his for sure certain death over going out the door and to the unknown. So like, and I really get that feeling a lot in my life, or have gotten that feeling in cryptocurrency many times, but many times has it come through and prevailed and taught me something that was 100% bigger than myself, and something that I've been wanting to share with the world. And so as we're at this point right here, I know it's tough to look at this and go, yeah, rally the troops, tell your cousin, your niece, your nephew, your uncle that's absolutely insane to buy some crypto. I get that is a hard conversation to be had right now, but I think you'll be more disappointed that you didn't at least, break it down into simple terms for them and be really calm and understanding about what is going on in front of us. And that's where I've shot myself in the foot a lot about this stuff, is I get way too overexcited and I explain it and somebody's like, well, what do I do to get involved? And it's like, shit, dude. Well, you got to keep to the fundamentals. You got to be disciplined. You got to be long-term thinking. You got to be bigger minded. You got to fight every single day like it's your last day you're alive, and give it your all, man. And so with all that being said, let me end here with this. They do not want us to win because the system is set up in their favor. Bitcoin wasn't supposed to work, but it's here to stay. The financial revolution is here, and it's time to take over the world as a united cause for freedom. And I feel like we keep tapping into a little bit of a tune and a tone together, you and I'm really enjoying the conversations now over what we've had in the past, because it's like we keep starting to say about exchanges, people are going to have to come to the terms of like, you're going to have to start picking some sides here. And the scary thing is like, World War II was in the 1950s, okay, mid 1940s, sorry. And we as a country, I think, have definitely taken for granted the craziness of what happened then, and we're ignoring the craziness of what's happening now. So if, this financial freedom is more than that, it's financial revolution. And if you make it this far in these podcasts with us, and you continue this journey with us, I promise you'll see something on the horizon that is like very, 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 very exciting for not just you, but your generational wealth in your family and your relatives and things you can do in your communities and thus forth. So, Troy, sorry, I needed to get that out.
No, I think that's really good. And you almost said ancestors, which
I did.
If our current system keeps working, we're gonna be back on that scale anyway. So I felt like it was not that far from fitting.
Yeah.
But like you said, this is like important stuff. Like this is big. Like you said, we're not going anywhere. Like we said last week. I mean, look around. Like we got stadiums named after crypto exchanges, and we got big smart money in cryptocurrency. We got all the Shark Tank people, so anybody who watches TV can feel like they're validated now. You're doing the right things with the right people. So, figure out if you feel that way, and if you don't, I mean, you got to learn that, because if you're chasing money, it's going to be a tough game.
Yeah, and I think it's super important that we remember, if Bitcoin worked, then other projects can work as well. And so all this talk about 95% of the projects are going to die off. Well, I mean, sure, maybe the number's 95, maybe it's 90, maybe it's 85, maybe it's 80. Who the fuck knows? Nobody has the set number, knows the future, and nobody can dictate shit to us. We still live in a free market, free world, and I'll be damned if I let an opportunity of one of the freest, most decentralized markets ever created in mankind slip through my fingers because the big man told me it's bad for me. You're crazy, absolutely nuts, dude, if you think I'm gonna let this just go. So I've taken this orange pill for 4 or 5 years, and it's like this is the time where you start teaching and make sure everybody's on the same page. And if people think you're funny and crazy, that's fine, dude. Like, stick to the principles. Diversify too. If you're out here and you got a good career job, make sure you got your 401k, your IRA or your Roth and your IRAs. Yes. Commodities, understand that, your mutual funds, different things. Bonds are important to understand the way that governments work and how they work with free markets and markets around the world. Just because the United States right now, sorry, getting on this tangent, but the United States right now is going about cryptocurrency doesn't mean Russia, another world economy, isn't going, oh, hey, cryptocurrency is going to be absolutely recognized in our society. Well, Hello, dude. I'm over here as an American United States citizen saying, hey, guys, freedom, freedom, freedom. I'm telling you, freedom, freedom, freedom. And it is cryptocurrency. And there's a reason that Russia's doing it and China tried to ban it. And yet they're still the second largest country in the world mining Bitcoin. Sorry. So there's the tangent, but that's the fact.
We're ending American. It's almost the 4th of July, baby.
Yeah, that's
Frick
right.
yeah.
That's right. We should
Well,
see
first
a
we got June.
I know.
But I'm going to Philadelphia. I'm celebrating July 4th early. I want to be where Ben Franklin was. Do you think that they have a chair where Ben Franklin sat?
I mean, did you know he took air baths?
I don't know what that is.
That's where you lay naked and take a bath in the air.
You just cleanse yourself like you graze like a cow?
I don't know. Google it. It's a real thing. Air baths.
All right, sure. Yeah, Google that. Google that and then get back to us for episode 20.
Episode 20. Shout out.
All right, shout out to Easy Tyler.